How much more do you expect to hear about this, particularly in closing?
Thanks, Diane. I think that they're really going to lay into this in closing arguments. It is a critical part of the case. We got to keep in mind that they don't have to prove how any of these things happen. They just need to raise the reasonable doubt in the juror's mind. And when we're talking about cover-ups and essentially, conspiracies, it really is every little piece of evidence that makes the jury question the credibility of what law enforcement is saying feeds into the defense's theory of the case. And so if a law enforcement officer is saying, I saw a crack, I saw a little chip in there, but it was not this big, that's going to stand out in the jury's mind, especially when you consider other witnesses who are changing their testimony or kind of rolling back on statements that they made, like the Devers that testified yesterday and explained to the FBI an encounter that she saw and then, takes the statement back. All of these things are going to play in the jury's minds of what the defense wants them to believe, that this was a cover-up.
Jo-Anna, I also want to ask you a little bit more, since you brought up Devers' testimony. She had originally said that she saw ATF agent Brian Higgins and the then chief in the Sally Port with the car, unattended for a really long time, Karen Reed's car. And then she amended that statement saying, you know what, my memory was off. But the way that she explained it, it sounds like she was saying she concluded her memory was off because of information that she was getting from the same police department that the defense is trying to say is corrupt. What do you make of the way that whole thing is working and how her justification is going to land here?
I think this is completely this is the reason that the defense called her, even though she was hostile. She wasn't in agreement with, of course, her first statement and what they really would have loved to get out of her, this weirdly long time hanging out in the Sally Port. But her demeanor and the way she was answering questions, it made her look very, less than credible. I think that many of the jury members, especially those, you're going to have the set of jurors who support law enforcement and really believe that theory, and those that buy into the cover up. And I think that is going to stick with those jurors.